Don't be afraid to get that line down in there. And if you need to widen it out, you just take and move it just like that. There you go. Not bad at all. Turned out pretty good, man.
That's not too bad.
Now you have a definite edge around that guy. It's like a kidney shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that looks good. Now, there you go. Oh, there we go. That's a cleaner cut. About your Ryobi 20-inch brushless mower here.
Okay, so right off the bat, the first thing is you know that the other one's got a 21-inch deck, this one's 20-inch.
Okay.
It has the same adjustment, 7 adjustments, whereas the Echo has it per wheel. This one has it all in one smooth little drop down. I can go all the way
like
down
that.
or all the way up, and it's really easy to adjust.
So you could cut from 1.5 to 3 3/4.
Yep.
Okay. I think the Echo I think is 1.5 to 4.
Okay.
Or something like that. Pretty close, but I like that one lever feature.
This one also has a dual port for the batteries. The other one I think used the key to determine which battery was going to run off of, whereas this one is just solely for storage. And then if say that this battery ran out, I would just pull this one over.
I got you.
Swap it
So
into
you get
that
to
one.
carry 2, so you don't have to go to the
Yeah, you
garage.
can still carry 2, but it's not as easy as just swapping over the key. But it still works.
Well, it's
pretty well.
about the same almost, really, if you think about it. I mean, you only use one anyways.
You're right. So it's about the same.
All right, well, let's see how it cuts.
Yeah. This one's pretty similar. You've got the same dead man switch there, along with the pull lever to start.
Nice. Well, I think this Ryobi's a little quieter, actually.
It is a little bit quieter.
Yeah, I know the Echo's a little louder, but I think that's due to the 58 volts compared to the Ryobi's 40 volt system. It's a little quieter, so that would only make sense for it to be that way.
Just the same as you explained, though, with this one, it's also going to start humming a little bit more when we start cutting.
Okay. So it has that that variable RPM, smart RPM.
So we'll go ahead and start. It's not bogged down too much right now with the bag.
Yeah, no, it's doing pretty good. Yeah, having that bag makes a big difference because anytime a mower has to mulch, whether it's battery operated or gas, it requires a lot more energy.
Lights.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Lights.
We're almost getting to that time tonight where we need the lights.
We're getting there. So normally, this is obviously, the coolest time of the day where the grass is dry. Because if you want to do it early in the morning,
It's a little bit of that dude. That's true.
So you want to do it in the evening where the grass is dry. But the problem with that is it's so freaking hot that you have to wait till it's almost dark.
Yeah, it's a little more humid in the morning. It is in the evening time.
It may not apply to everybody. Everybody may not need lights, but it's pretty handy to me.
Yeah. Well, I definitely like that feature. So I like 2 things about this Ryobi. I like the lights, and I like the one lever adjustment thing for all 4 wheels, where the Echo doesn't have the lights, but each individual wheel is self-adjusted. So
now, one thing that I also noticed about the Echo that I like more about the Echo than the Ryobi is the bag size. We've only done this small little section of yard, and just in this little section that we did with the Echo, which we've already done some of the front yard and come to the back, and that thing I don't think is still barely.
Oh, it's
it's right there.
Maybe
So
half of that.
Barely full. So I think it's mulching it a lot better, and also pulling in more grass, because I'll notice with the Ryobi, that bag fills up really fast for one, which means it's not mulching as well. True. And secondly, it's a smaller bag. So I think I like that better with the Echo, the bag size, and it's seeming to last longer which my backyard has the thicker grass, and we have the little kiddie pool out here, so I've got all the dead grass there.
How often do you sharpen your blade on your Ryobi?
I haven't sharpened it this month. So it's probably pretty dull.
It's getting close. Not too bad.
I usually sharpen it once a month.
They look almost like the exact same blade.
It looks like the whole exact same setup.
It is.
If you turn it over.
It sure does. The oil's going to leak out. Just kidding.
Yeah. Right. So,
it sure does,
you can see down in there, there's no clogging or anything. So it's shooting in there just fine, which means the suction's just fine. Well,
that's pretty cool that the Echo and the Ryobi share a lot of the same technology, and I like this housing too. There's no type of any grass stuck to it. It's just a smooth surface. And my granddad, what he used to do when he would mow his lawns, before we would start, he would actually tip the mower over and spray this with Pam cooking spray. And I'm like, Granddad, why would you do that? And he says, so that way the grass doesn't stick to the inside of the mower. And it made a huge difference.
Decks, right?
Yeah, it made a huge difference. So I was like, wow. So, this old guy's smart. Now, this bag is pretty full, or halfway, so some of that grass is going to dump out.
Well, and I dumped it on, this one's turned over to where that's on the top.
Okay, I got you.
So the grass didn't feed back in, so I can't say that, hey. So it looks pretty much like the exact same blade, the exact same, you got some Kool-Aid bottle there. Yeah, it looks like the exact same blade setup there.
Do you think there's any difference in the ability for the machine to pull grass and debris and stuff up out of the yard into the bag to give it a cleaner look from this machine to the Ryobi?
I don't know. I mean, it looks like, actually, I mean, it looks kind of like that's more slimline, whereas you have the ridges here. I don't know how that affects the airflow under the deck, so I don't know if that doesn't seem to matter. I mean, it's pulling up everything, and like I said, it looks like it's pulling up all the grass. It's not leaving any behind, so right now I have no complaints, so I guess their engineers know what they're doing, and maybe that doesn't matter.
Does that one do just as good of a job on that part?
Yes, but it doesn't last as long.
Oh, okay. Well, it's just probably because the battery's a little smaller is all.
Okay.
You know, I mean, I think if it would be a true comparison if it was a 58-volt system, you know, compared to a 58-volt system, you know. So I think the power there is about the same, but like you said, you know, the longevity of the battery dies a little sooner. And, you know, you think if you had, I don't know what Ryobi has on the newer stuff, if they have something like a 58 or a 60 volt or something, you might be like, dude, this is the bee's knees, man.
Right.
You know?
Well, I mean, and granted, that one's 2 years old already.
Yeah, that's true. So I mean, you got 2 years
well.
difference just in technology. You know, so it's not a true fair comparison. But
for anybody that buys either one of these, though, I will say pay very close attention to how to store a lithium-ion battery.
All right.
I had to figure out that in the 110 degree temperatures here in Houston, you can't just leave a lithium-ion battery sitting in your garage with a full charge on it.
Oh yeah, no.
So it was.
So it stayed on the charger the whole time?
For maybe the first couple of months it did, and then I read a little bit, and I learned that I can't just leave it on the charger. I got to take it off the charger.
Yeah.
And then I was leaving it at 100% charge in the heat. And so apparently with a lithium-ion battery, just the heat alone will also kind of charge the battery up. So it's even pushing it more so above the 100% that it was already at.
Oh, wow.
Whereas a charger will shut off whenever it's full. So it actually caused my battery to go into default. And so now it's a defective battery. So I had to buy another one, and they're not cheap.
No.
They're
like $80, 100?
No, like $110, $110, $120. You might be able to find some discount websites, or maybe catch it on Amazon on sale or something like that here or there. I know they're hard to get. They're hard to get right now. You can't even get them in Home Depot or Lowe's.
That's probably just because it's 2 years old.
Well, I mean, no, they have the older battery style in the store, and they don't have that one. I have to order that one off the website because they haven't even started carrying that battery in the store yet.
Yeah, what a headache. Well, Echo on their charger, when it charges your battery, it actually puts the battery at standby so it doesn't overcharge.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's one of the really neat things about their charging system. I don't know all of the technical terms about it, but when Jason, the product manager for that, told me about that says you can just leave it on there and it'll be perfectly fine. How long does it take the battery to fully charge when it's completely dead?
Oh, I think it's about in between 3 and 4 hours.
Wow, you know how long it takes one of these to charge when it's completely dead? An hour and 20 minutes.
Really? That's impressive.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yes, that's pretty cool.
I know.
Now you could do an hour quick charge, and that'll get you, enough to do your size property. You could use that one battery, and you could probably do everything: the mower, the trimmer, and the blower.
Wow.
Yeah. Now when the battery's full, you could definitely do the trimmer, the mower, and the blower for your size property.
I can just about get it with 2 of these batteries.
Almost there.
Or no. Sorry, I'm misspeaking. I can just about get it with one.
What one?
And then I have to switch off to the other battery.
Yeah.
And that's usually right around the time where I maybe have to finish up just a few little strips of mowing, and then come around and blow everything off the sidewalk.
Yep.
So I mean, it's just almost, and I think I'm at just under an 1/8 of an acre lot.
Yeah.
So it's not a big lot, and I believe on the website when I bought it, it said, "Hey, it's going to do 1 acre, no problem."
Yeah. Yeah. Now when they say that, because Echo says the same thing for this machine. Now when they say that, it's completely flat conditions. And no dips, no hills, no...
Probably like perfectly cut
grass that's already perfectly cut anyways.
Right.
You're just come back trimming. You're not trying to mow Jurassic Park down.
Right.
So yeah, that, I'm not going to go out and mow an acre,
right.
With a push mower. But if you have 2 batteries in there, I think either one of these machines could do it.
Right.
Having 2 batteries, I don't think one battery is going to last that acre, but I know 2 batteries will.
Yeah, I definitely believe the 2 batteries will. in those conditions, those perfect conditions that you're talking about. But you know, I think as you know, regular homeowners, we do the yard when we can, and we try to keep the HOA off our back.
That's right.
So we're going to do it just about as often as that.
That's right.
But you can actually see on the fence line how much grass we actually. That's 2 weeks worth of growth.
Wow. Yeah, that's like about 8 inches, 6 to 8 inches.
Yeah.
And it looks like it cut pretty clean too. Both mowers did a good job, actually.
Yeah, in one pass. So,
yeah,
I mean,
in one pass. That's right.
Pretty good.
So here we got. Doesn't look like much on the foam. There, Brandon.
So the one I chose to go with was one of the only ones at the time, and it's the Cobalt 40 volt
40 Max. Yeah, they have an 80 volt now, I believe.
Do they?
Yep.
I purchased this right around the same time I purchased the mower.
So a couple years ago. I noticed the gearbox is at the bottom end.
Yeah.
Where the Echo is at the opposite end, or is the opposite end where the battery is.
So I mean, they've actually done a pretty good job of distributing the weight on it. I mean,
that looks nice.
Just barely tips.
Well, I know it's definitely
Right
lighter than the Echo. Yeah.
That's with the battery in it.
Yeah,
but
that's definitely
like I said,
lighter
that's
than
also the 2 amp hour
it's
battery.
2 amp hour, okay.
And the 40 volt. Yours didn't have the guard on it. This one does.
Right, yeah, I took my guard off where this one you can't take off.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't take the guard off of this one because it's all part of this housing. But on mine, I took mine off, but only because that's what I like.
As far as, let's talk about things that I wish I could change, and that's that this is a auto feed line, and this is a very flimsy thing that's going to keep it
Looks
to
like
trim.
it needs to be tightened.
Yeah. Oh, I've tightened it every time.
Yeah?
As soon as the wire hits
my
it, it
gosh.
pretty much just loosens right back up because it's already worn out the plastic where that screw goes into.
Okay.
So it's just gonna. That's just is what it is. So the line is obviously thinner.
Oh yeah, that's a 65, .065.
Which means I can't use that super awesome sharp line that you have. This one, because it's auto feed, it jams up constantly.
Okay.
And then every time it does that, I have to pull that out.
Oh, look at that little bitty guy. It's so cute.
Yeah, little bitty guy, right? And so every time it does that, I have to take out the line and cock it over a couple of notches and then pull the line out.
So it's,
just so I can get...
It's not quite doing right, huh?
No. It's not at all. And so then I'll pop that back in and go back at it. But that's really a pain to do that, you know, every time it bogs down pretty much is when it happens. And so that's quite a bit of an inconvenience. I guess I can just show you the power of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Show us what.
I'll move the grill real quick.
Yeah, it seems like it just doesn't have that power.
And the guard actually kind of hinders me even more.
Right. I could definitely see that. Yeah, having that smaller line, you don't have that mass hitting the grass, and you don't have that power pushing that mass, that larger mass, to hitting that grass, and then the sharper line. Yeah, that Echo definitely made a big difference.
Little tricks that you were showing me. I can't do that with this one because of that stupid guard. So, and you can't take it off.
Yeah, that's true.
There's no way to take it off.
Yeah, you can't even see what you're doing. Or barely.
I've got a small window back here that I can kind of see from there.
I mean, it doesn't do that bad of a job.
Look how slow I'm going.
But right, yeah, you are going to be here till dinner time.
I think we're pretty much there where I was telling you. So now where we started off, look at how much line is gone.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not auto feeding out to the stopper.
And because that guard is in the way, and because that type of line, you know, you can't keep a straight line when you're edging. I mean, that's wavy and definitely won't pass inspection.
Yeah.
I don't know if you stepped on the ants over there, but... I mean, with a huge power. huge power. Man. Oh man, that's a huge difference.
Yeah, I think that cleaned it up pretty quick.
That was very easy.
Yeah, very, very quick.
Oh, wow.
You can actually see the blades of grass like shoot.
Oh yeah. That with this particular trimmer, you can change out the trimmer heads. So if you want to go to another brand, you can switch it out. You may have to change the hardware in here for the different type of bolt size. But where your Cobalt, you know, you're not having the ability to do that. So okay, so I want to show you guys how to load the trimmer line. Now I'm going to take the trimmer line out just so I can load it back in. Now you normally never take this off. You don't have to take it off, but I'm doing that just so I can take the line out to show you how to put it in. You have arrows. Make sure the arrows are pointing clockwise. Okay. So again, you know, if you have to take it off, just make sure it's pointing clockwise. All right. Now you can get 2 to 3 arm lengths of this off your spool. So you just go tip to tip, you know, and you get about 2 or 3 of those. All right, so now in here, it's going to be hard to tell, but you got this little bitty arrow right here, and you got that little hole. So you want to make sure it lines up to that hole. Then you're going to take your trimmer line, and you're going to feed it through, just like that.
There it goes, pops through.
All right, and then, however long your line is, you're going to bring it all the way out, get both ends. There you go, just like that, and then you're going to come back here. Now here's the best part, Brandon. It's so easy. That's one thing I like about the speed feed head. Use your left hand to hold this top part here, and use your right hand to grab the spool, and you twist.
Come on, man. That's too easy.
And a little bit more, and you're done. And you can
wow.
feed out the rest.
That's perfect.
I know, it makes it so easy. So Echo did a phenomenal job. They have different sizes of these. I think this is speed feed 400 or maybe 350 or something. I have some other Echo products that have a much bigger one. I have the 450 on there. So that's a pretty neat feature about that. And then if you don't like this trimmer head, you can switch it out. You can put a Husqvarna T35 on there, which is probably my favorite. And it loads a little differently. So. Okay, Brandon, so you got a chance to use the Echo stuff yesterday and finishing up your yard this morning because it got a little dark last night. So
right.
Tell me a little bit about some of the stuff you noticed between the Echo and the Cobalt and Ryobi equipment that you have, and what you like or don't like about the Echo stuff.
Okay, so first off, I believe that the mower, as far as the Echo versus the Ryobi, I feel like they're pretty compatible. You know, they're pretty close. So I feel like those are okay. In comparison, you know, if you prefer one brand to the other, they're both fantastic machines. I went back and ran the battery. Kind of went over everything we did yesterday, so I could see how much battery we would use off of the Echo.
Sure.
And it seems like they're going to use just about the same pull. The only difference is obviously you get the added power with the Echo,
sure.
so that's going to be a huge plus for the Echo. I mean, that thing didn't bog down when I started doing it this morning, and I got back to the backyard where the thick grass, you know, was still a little bit moist because the sun hadn't dried it out yet. It didn't bog down at all. It just sucked it all up, left me with a nice clean cut. I was very happy with the cut. The bag being a little bit bigger was a huge plus because I only had to bag once out of the backyard.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And twice out of the front, all off of both sides, and doing everything. I only had to bag twice out of the front. So that's 3 bags, whole yard done, and I had one bag of grass to be able to set by the curb for the day. So that was really convenient for me. Whereas with the Ryobi, I would have had to bag maybe 6 times. Okay. So I think we kind of cut that in half. And you know, the blower, the trimmer. Can't say enough about the trimmer. Can't say enough about the trimmer. I will be buying one of those in the very near future. So.
It's a monster, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's got so much power. I love the line that they
that black diamond line.
Black diamond line. I love that line. It lasted a long time. You know, I didn't have to change out my lines at all. I even showed my wife, you know, what you showed me yesterday with changing the line. She was like, "That's so cool," you know.
Yeah.
So, it was really, really simple, really easy to use. I love the power that comes with the whole set. The 58 volt. It's got so much more power, easy to use. Anybody could use it, and I think it'd be a great addition to anybody who's looking to mow their own lawn and wanting to get a nice professional look to it. You know, and they can go to your YouTube site and maybe catch some tips.
Sure.
I know you helped me out pretty big, so I really appreciate that, Kevin.
Sure.
Man, I want it. I want all of them. And you know, Ryobi, they did great. That was 2 years ago, and I'm still fairly pleased with them. So I mean, for 2 years ago, they had really good equipment, but I think Echo just stepped the game up. And,
yeah.
You know, we weren't really comparing apples to apples.
That's
because
true.
we had a 40 volt versus a 58
and
volt.
then 2 years difference in technology.
And, yeah,
you
2
know.
years of technology.
Absolutely.
So, you know, but with that said, Echo clearly, I think, takes the cake on this one.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, they've really stepped it up, and I think that's going to be a new benchmark for anybody who's going to try to produce new lawn equipment that's battery powered. So,
well, that's pretty awesome. I appreciate you letting us come over, Brandon, and using the equipment on your property. And we had a lot of fun coming over and hanging out with you. And the heat's just about almost unbearable, so I think we're going to call it a day.
Yeah,
but we'll see you next time.
all right, guys.
All right.
Thanks.
All right, so we're gonna walk across the street. We're also gonna give him a brand new spool, pretty good size spool of some black diamond line. So that'll be cool. He totally won't be expecting this, and I'm just happy to give it to someone who's really gonna appreciate it and use it. And since it was free to me, and he really needs one, I'm excited to pass it on down. You know, what goes around comes around. Oh man, he did a great job on this mulch. Man, look at that. Whew. He's done a lot of work. Holy cow. Man. The dude's an awesome welder too. Does like titanium and all other kinds of stuff. He totally doesn't know. Good morning, Sleeping Beauty. Hey, I wanted to give you this.
What?
Yeah. Here's the charger, the 2.0 battery.
Nah,
It
you're
goes with it.
kidding,
Yeah, I don't
bro.
need it. And a new spool of black diamond for you.
Dude,
I put the
come
shield on, so if you
man.
want to take it off, you can, but it's all intact, so.
Brother. Man.
Well, you know, Echo sent it to me, you know, to try out and test and give my thoughts on it. I've already done all my videos, and I haven't put the one together that you and I have done yet.
Come on.
But
I appreciate it, bro.
Oh, absolutely, man.
I appreciate it.
I was sitting here thinking, I was like, you know, dude, I got 3 other trimmers, and, you know, I've loved this one. You know, I mean, I haven't had it that long. I'm like, you know what, I'm going to give it to Brandon because I know he needs it.
Hell yeah,
And
man.
the other one, you know, was kind of ready to go. And I knew you liked it so much, and it was probably the main thing that needed to be replaced out of the 3 that you got.
Absolutely.
Where the mower, you know, still runs pretty decent, the blower does pretty good, but it was that trimmer that head was about to go. So,
Yeah.
so yeah, you're all set up on this trimmer on the guard here. If you want, you could take it off. Just put on this side. Just put your little like screwdriver or something right in there. And that'll lock that. Then that way you can twist this off.
Okay.
And then you remember how to load this, right? Okay. So that's if you want to take that off, and then you'll put one of these plates will go on, the other one won't go on.
Okay.
You just take that off, And since you're used to using it without the guard, you may not want the guard on it now.
I don't.
Yeah. So and the black diamond line, you can put on that size spool, you can put like 3 arm lengths from fingertip to fingertip on there, and it'll spool up just fine. And that's the 2 amp hour battery and charger that came with that system. And just the chainsaw and the mower came with the 4. Cool. And and whenever you're ready to, to do, I see you did some mulch stuff.
Yeah.
Holy cow, man, that looks good too.
I appreciate it. We got
Absolutely,
rid of,
man.
Got rid of the old dead rose bush on the corner and
well, it's
kind of transplanted.
I saw you out here working yesterday. I was like, but I really wasn't paying attention when I was driving by.
Right.
And when I walked up, I was like, holy cow, that dude's done a lot of work. Man. Yeah, whenever you're ready, dude, we could do your hedges here. It looks like they're about, they got antennas growing.
They're ready.
So maybe this weekend we can do that.
Sure.
And that'll be great.
As long as I'm not where I might be working.
You might be working? Okay.
Might be working.
All right. Well, I was hoping you were up and I didn't wake you up maybe?
No.
Okay. All
I
right.
was feeding the baby breakfast.
Okay. I was going to give it to you yesterday. I was like, man, I'm busy. He's busy. Nah, I'll just wait and do it in the morning, so.
Man, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well,
Save
I know
yourself.
you'll have a lot of good use for it and put it to work, and I know it's going to help you a lot.
I absolutely will. I really appreciate it, Kevin.
You got it, dude, man. No problem at all.
Wow.
I'm going to get out of
Crazy.
here.